For more, I'm joined by Mohammed Munir. He's a virologist at Lancaster University in the UK, and his research lab focuses on COVID-19. Dr. Munir, thanks for joining us. Tell us, is this really the breakthrough we've all been hoping for in this pandemic?
I think this is incredible news because if you can recall, start from the beginning of this year, we were having every day is a bad day than the previous day, and having such a great news that a vaccine that is exceeding the expectation and will be available very soon, I think this is a watershed moment.
Yes, we all remember that quite well. Now, when do you think we can expect the vaccine to be able to be distributed?
Very important question. Although the data has become available for BioNTech and Pfizer combined vaccine, which is the first cumulative data that has been proposed, which is very encouraging, 95% efficacy, but yet the data has to be presented to the regulatory bodies for the approval. Although they are trying to put the data in days, and hopefully we will have the response from the regulatory bodies within days, because generally it takes a year to get the regulatory body approve the vaccine authorization. But this time it's going to be an emergency authorization, and the regulatory bodies are looking into the data in a real term, which means that as the data is generated, it's being reviewed so that the time can be cut short for the approval process. My anticipation is that by the mid of next month, by December, we will be having the emergency approval of the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine. And that means they have the capability of 500 million doses to be produced within this year. So basically the capability has already been up and running to produce these vaccines. And they have already made the deals with different countries on different doses. For example, here in the UK, we had 40 million doses already agreement with these. So as soon as the authorization is done within the mid of next month, meaning that by mid-January, the emergency doses will be distributed to the vulnerable communities and the frontline health workers. But really what we are looking for, the vaccine for you, Rebecca, and for me, is really the first quarter of 2021.
Well, exactly, Dr. Munir, that's exactly what I wanted to ask you about. I mean, obviously this is a really positive development. Everyone's, cautiously excited. But realistically, how fast can this vaccine be produced in the sufficient quantities that you and I and everybody could be vaccinated and life return to normal?
Yeah, very important question, and probably hot debate in coming days is that how quickly we can not only just manufacture but also to distribute, because distribution itself is a big challenge. I mean, even if we look about the 60-70% population in the world to be immunized to see the real impact of the vaccine, we are talking about 11 billion doses, and I don't think that one vaccine can be produced at the scale for immunization around the globe. So this Pfizer and BioNTech, they have around 1.2 billion doses in 2021 capability, which is certainly insufficient to really meet the global demand. But what really we are looking into is that we will have doses enough from one vaccine, or more than 2 or 3 those will be approved at the end of this year or early next year, to be scaled up at the level that we can protect our vulnerable communities, we can protect the people those are highly vulnerable to get this infection, and also the frontline health worker. Because if we can protect those, relatively the impact of this disease would be reduced. And as we move along with the scalability, ultimate aim is to get everybody immunized so that we can get rid of this deadly infection.
All right, we're still a long road ahead, but a collective crossing of the fingers. Dr. Mohammed Munir, virologist at Lancaster University. Thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.
Germany.